What's up, everybody? I hope you are doing well. Today we're going to be hopping in and we're going to be doing something just a touch bit different. We're going to be taking a look at female hair systems. Oh my god, it's the female hair systems. Not sure what accent that was and why I did it, but doesn't change the fact we're going to be taking a look at hair systems for women. As we go through this video, I actually want you to ask yourself a question. If you were single, or if you're single, would it bother you that a woman is wearing a hair system? I think it's an important question to ask because we talk about the stigma that affects men when it comes to hair loss, but what about for women? So let's just jump into these videos and talk about their transformations, what I'm seeing, and maybe we can learn some things. Okay, so this first one right here is actually from Hair Club. This is finally there's an answer for female hair loss. So let's jump in. All right, so I'm gonna guess that she's actually already wearing a hair system, that she's probably already, you know, a client of Hair Club's. So yeah, we can see that she's already basically shaved down and she's gonna be getting a new hair system right now. So these are custom units that are longer, which you can get as a man as well. There's a lot of men out there that do have hair systems that are longer. They generally cost more money. That's just the way it is. But let's actually, I want to go back though real quick. So it looks like this is, it might be full lace. I think it's full lace. It's hard to tell sometimes with the tape being on it if this is a poly border. I almost want to say it is though, because right here you can see that the tape is right here, right? And then there's this right here, which I think it's different than the tape. It's not as shiny, so I think that's actually poly. So it might be a poly perimeter, and then a lace in the interior. That's what it looks like, perhaps, to me. So let's just see kind of how it looks right here. Let's do straight in the hair, put product through it. You know, one of the things that like women have is if they do have bangs, if they have it laying down like this, man, you get so much coverage, right? Like you literally can't see any of the system right here. Now, of course, also one thing that a lot of women do have, even if they are suffering from hair loss, is they don't have that like male pattern baldness where they lose it all up front, but instead it's usually, it seems like it's more diffuse. And this lady right here, she has some hair up front here that can help mask in the hair system, so it's not that hard hairline that we're used to seeing with hair systems. Which, you know, this is just great. Like if we look at her natural hair, right, the density right here, pretty stringy. Like, you know, she's definitely has some diffuse hair loss throughout her entire scalp versus right here. Man, that's gotta make her feel great. Gotta make her feel great. All right, so let's just jump into the next one. This one is gonna be from Hair System Haydeck. Let's see how they do. So this is genetic hair loss in women. That's how a permanent wig helps. So we have this woman right here. Once again, I think she's probably wearing a system right now or a wig, but let's see what's going on. Okay, yep. So she's already wearing a system. She's gonna be getting a new system, I imagine, as well as some color. So this is one thing we don't talk a lot about as men, is that we can do some color work either to our bio hair or to the hair system. With hair systems, it's a little bit trickier because they're already color treated, but it can still be done. So we're gonna be going, it looks like, with a full tape. Once again, notice how with women, when they have the ability to have that frontal hair right here, even if it is a little thinner, man, it just blends everything so much better. Masks in great. You know, you can have that pushback hair and it's seamless because you have your natural hairline covering it, even if it is thinner. Cool. All right, so let's see how this is looking right meow. Looks good. Good for her. Definitely can tell that this is making her happy and makes her feel a little bit more confident. So good for her, happy for her. And we can really see how impactful it is to have hair in the front of your scalp if you want to have a pushback hairstyle. This is one thing, right, that is available, although not too common inside the hair system industry, is actually getting some hairs transplanted in the front, so that way you can have that natural hair and that natural hairline, as opposed to having to constantly try to make the very front of your hairline, you know, better, right? So that's definitely a strategy that they use for a lot of women's hair systems. Let's jump back in. All right, so this one's coming from Hair for All London. So we can see right here that they're going to be using, wow, this looks like it's going to be pretty much like a full cap, it looks like. So she must have some pretty diffuse hair loss throughout her entire scalp. And it looks like we're going to be doing, what is going on here? It looks like there's definitely some lace and some poly in this. So 18 inches. Let's see what this final result looks like. So check this out, right? Like it's interesting. You know, here we can see like her natural density versus right here. So it's definitely a little bit thinner up front. So what do you actually think about that one right there with her hair being so thin and then having that hard transition? Do you think that's the right choice? Do you think it's not the right choice? That one I'm not so sure, but you know, this is like life altering to these women because yeah, there's stigma when it comes to men and hair loss, and we are treated different, and that's to be acknowledged. Like, to be a woman and to lose your hair is, I don't want to say it's worse because it's bold, it's hard either way, but it's definitely even less accepted. It's something that, while there is jokes about men losing their hair and they're made fun of, there's still representation. Whereas women that lose their hair, there's very little representation, and we can see how heated people get when they talk about women's hair loss. Oh, wow. All right, we're gonna take a look at one more. This is again from Hair Club. It's a get a full-blown female celebrity hairstyle, and this is Samantha, it looks like. So she is using a hair system as well. She's probably already wearing one, but we'll see what's going on. All right, so let's take a look. It looks like she's gonna get a little bit of color first, something we don't talk about a lot as men. And then it looks like they're braiding her hair underneath. All right, so the hair system, yeah, it looks like they're keeping her natural hair under. So this is sometimes done if a client or a person is not ready to necessarily like shave their head, because that's a massive commitment, probably even more massive for a woman, right? Like, look at how long her hair is right here. Actually shaving your head when your hair is that long is, oh man, I can't even imagine how massive that is. So this is this woman, man, like what a transformation from this over here, so much thicker, and you know, definitely stringy diffuse hair loss right through here, not as healthy, and this is much more lush and vibrant. So definitely, man, it makes a massive difference for this woman, and I'm sure that she feels so much better about herself. So I want you to go back to the beginning of the video, right, where I asked the question, would this affect your consideration of a woman, you know, and if you would date her, if you would get involved with her, if she was wearing a hair system and you knew about it. You know, this is something that I think is really important for us to just like use as a psychological exercise, because, you know, there are women out there struggling, and they're probably watching this channel. And even more so, they probably feel like they don't have a lot of representation inside of this space. There are some women that talk about hair loss, using wigs, through cancer, through other means, through cancer, and through other things that have caused hair loss for them. But there is not as many voices. There's not a lot of men that are talking about this. There's even less women. And I think it's really important to show them support down below, and let me know, would you like me to talk with women that are experiencing hair loss, bring them on the channel and talk about it, create a hub, not just for men, but for women in the future? It's something I haven't really done yet, but I think it could be important, and I think it could be a necessary next step. Just let me know your thoughts. I'm always open to feedback down below. Anyways, I appreciate you all. I hope you're well, and we'll see you soon.